What's happening, folks? Happy June. So for June, I want to do something a little bit different. So following a 4-day workout split, I will be giving you full-fledged workouts where I go over each movement along with why we do each movement and what you can expect from it. So 4-day workout split, full explanation of each workout, full explanation of each movement. Let's get to it. All right, so for most of you, the first movement we're going to start with is a vertical pulling movement where I'm right here underneath this lat pull down. But ideally, if you have the strength to move your body weight, start with either some pull-ups or TRX or suspension trainer TRX pull-ups. What that does is it activates the stabilizer muscles, gets our posterior chain in our back primed and ready for exercise. All right, so here we have our lat pull down. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to grab that bar slightly outside of shoulder width. As soon as you grab that bar and you get in a comfortable seated position, give it a slight lean back and retract that scapula, pull those shoulder blades down and back. Now from there, without jerking, pull that bar down into the chest, squeezing the elbows into the body, let the hands travel up, getting that stretch in the lats, pull back down and repeat. Now what the lat pull down does is it helps strengthen our posterior chain and our subscap along with our rhomboids, lats, and delts. Let's move on to our next exercise. All right, our second movement depends on the equipment you have available at your gym, studio, or wherever you train. For me, it's going to be this underhand lat pull down. So we're going underhand just to emphasize the different grip position, along with get a different stretch on the lats, along with make our biceps work a little bit harder. So what I want to do here, get a big stretch, retract the scapula, pull my hands down towards my waist, along with keep that elbow in tight to my body. Feel the stretch on the way up, squeeze on the way down. And just like with that lat pull down, what this is going to do is help develop that scapular strength, develop that full posterior chain, and get those back muscles fired up. On to our next movement, which will be our first horizontal movement. All right, on to our first horizontal movement. We got a dumbbell row. So there's many different variations you can do from standing, kneeling, or bent over. But for here, we're going to do a bent over row. One hand on the bench just to help brace, protect the core and the lower back. Other hand, we're grabbing that dumbbell. From here, keep that back flat. Let that arm hang. Retract the scapula. Pull up into the rib cage, up towards the waist. Feel the stretch on the way down. Pull back up into the ribs. Brief hold and repeat. And that's our dumbbell row. On to our next horizontal movement. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into our second horizontal movement. We got the low row or the cable row. So for this, once again, you really want to emphasize that flat back. Squeeze that scapula, keeping those shoulder blades down and back. Eyes up, chest up. Squeeze those shoulder blades as you drive those handles back. Let the lats, rhomboids, and delts stretch on the way forward, and then repeat. So what this horizontal row really does, helps build a little bit more tension on that posterior chain involving the lats, helps improve that scapular resistance once again, and build that posterior chain. And that is our second horizontal movement, the low row or the cable row. All right, so that was 2 vertical compound movements for our back, along with 2 horizontal compound movements for our back. So now we can get into our isolation movements, mainly including our rear delt and our biceps. And that'll conclude today's pull day. All right, so when it comes to smaller muscles, when it comes to these isolation movements, I like to superset them, meaning I can get in more volume in less time, along with get my heart rate up. So for a pull day, I'll take a bent over rear delt fly and superset it with the dumbbell curl. Both of them will get the blood flow going to my upper body and give me a crazy pump going to my biceps on my rear delt. Second superset I might pull is a simple hammer curl and possibly even an upright row. Knock out a couple sets of those 2 supersets and that'll conclude your pull day.